Welcome, nerds and gamers. Let's make a video game company. This is Game Dev Tycoon, where you make your own video game company. I think it's something that any one of us have thought about at any one point in our life. I certainly gave a lot of thought to it. I even picked up some books recently talk about that that teach C++ and Ruby, which is the language of RPG Maker. Let's make our company name Button Mashers. How long we went? 42 years. Absolutely. You can always continue playing after the main game is over. The game length simply specifies how fast new platforms come to market when the high score is calculated. Yeah. Well, longer the better. Giggity giggity. Certainly. Oh, it saved my preset from last time. I tried this out once before just to see how it worked. And it works pretty well. I mean, it's just a game where you start a company. No, I do not want to import the hints. I like to start brand fresh and new. And here we are in a garage. There's no feature to upgrade our car, and this clicker, this timer on the upper right hand corner always ticks, so we can't spend a lot of time looking at the garage. Although I wish I could. I just want to take that blue tarp off of that car, which is, it's obviously a DeLorean underneath there. Alright, so the way this works is you start by developing your first game. You got your topics: alien, fantasy, romance, horror, which is what I got. I think it's randomized. It might be randomized. I don't think so. And then genres, you got action, adventure, RPG, simulation, strategy. The difference between adventure and RPG is RPG is like a turn-based combat, which the oldest RPGs were like Eye of the Beholder and games like that, while adventure is like point-and-click adventure or even better, text-based adventures. Then, of course, you have your action platformers, simulation games, which, you know, like Flight Simulator, and strategy, you know, board games. This was just basically what they were back then, because the best that people could come up with back then was to make board games into computer games, which is still a thing. And then, of course, platform. And the choices you get to make you get more and more complicated as time goes on. You develop your own game engine. But we're going to make all brony-themed games. Alright? So, all brony-themed games. So, let's look at our topics. We got aliens, fantasy, romance, and horror. Let's see. The very earliest games, and this timeline, it starts off somewhere around like the year 1985, 1980s, early 80s. We're talking like, you know, the earliest days of gaming, when there was, before even Atari, right? I mean, if we go back and look at the platform, we've got the G64, which is the old Apple Mac type computer, and the PC, which actually, no, I'm sorry, the PC and the Commodore 64. That's what it's supposed to mean. Obviously, they don't use the actual names of video game consoles, but it's certainly a it's certainly a reference to the Commodore 64. So that's the idea of the kind of area that we're playing around with. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make it for PC, because you got low cost, which is for our first game. That's pretty much where we're going to go. What kind of game? Whenever you're thinking about making a game, and this is something that I think is true of video games, it's true of books, it's true of any kind of creative process, is you want to start by asking yourself, what is it that you want to make? And then you can start looking at themes later. But the very first thing I want to make is the kind of games I played when I was a kid. back when we had an old DOS computer. We played Flight Simulator. Unfortunately, there is no Flight Simulator. There is only aliens, fantasy, romance, and horror. So instead of simulation, we are going to go with an action game that is based on aliens. Sounds cool. What kind of aliens? How about changelings? Changelings. Attack of the Changelings. And it's going to cost us $10K, and it's going to be an action aliens game on the PC. Very, very old. Very old, very, oh, we want 2D graphics because it's going to be an action game. I don't know if you can make a text-based action game, but I don't think it works. No. So, it's probably a bad idea for us to create an action game right off the bat. But we're going to get rid of the story, keep gameplay midway, and I think increase the engine. Engine refers to like the mechanics of the game as far as the kind of texture qualities and the way you import sounds. You know, it's how the process is run. And usually a good engine's nice, but I think now that I'm thinking about it that way, that gameplay is going to be most important. Because that's most of the game. Because that refers to the mechanics of the game, the jumping, the running, the the mechanics of moving around in the game. Since it's an action game, we're definitely going to focus on that. But Attack of the Changelings is certainly going to be our first big design. Dialogues, forget that. Level design and artificial intelligence. This is definitely an early kind of action game. Artificial intelligence would, if we bump this up, it will create enemies that are generally challenging for the player. I think I kind of want to keep artificial intelligence and level design as a medium. And this is just my own point of view about action games. It's like, you know, level design is really good, but if you have a great level design and your enemies are just dumb, then it's not really worth it. You kind of want to balance both. Unfortunately, you can't spread yourself too thin. Although keeping these equal, I don't know. Yeah, as long as they're equal, I believe it all works out. But you know what? We'll learn from our first thing. We definitely want sound. I don't know about this. I think all of these things in an action game are pretty important. Let's bring world design down a little bit. We'll bring graphic up a little bit and keep sound right there in the middle. You know what? Mostly because world design has to do with the design of the world that we're playing in. And since this is going to be a very old action kind of game, maybe not as important. But then it's with aliens. How about we put world design up here and bring sound down? I mean, if they knock us for bad sound design, it's something we can fix later. And this is the basis of the game. You get these points, which basically go towards your skills. And then you have bugs that you have to work through by the time you're done. So, yeah. Got 12 experience, which increases all of our levels. So, Attack of the Changelings. Yep, definitely keeping that. Let's try it out. The first reviews of our new released game, Attack of the Changelings, came in. How did we do? Oh, baby. Oh, good. Oh, we might be getting high scores for our very first game. I mean, you cannot go wrong with an action game based on aliens. Yes. Aliens and action is a great combination. It certainly is. Now, when you look at game companies nowadays, if a game like this did very, very well, immediately they're going to come out with sequels. So, if I was to play as a normal game company, that's what I would do. But let's generate a game report. Yeah. Button Mashers, a newcomer in the game industry, has just released their first game, Attack of the Changelings. The game received favorable reviews. With such a good start, Button Mashers are sure to gain fans quickly. Yeah. So oh, excuse me. Oh, number 29 at the charts. We actually kicked a lot of butt with that. We're probably going to make a good amount of money. That's pretty good. So the sales report, oh jeez, we now have 29 fans. Cool. So the sales report gets you research experience. Our post-release analysis of Attack of Changelings is complete, and we got the following songs. Aliens and action is a great combination, obviously, and engine seems to be very important for this type of game. So, if we had focused more on the engine of the game and less on the gameplay, we might have done even better. Gosh, I didn't think Attack of the Changelings would do us so well. Let us spend a little time researching. It costs 50 RP for a custom game engine, which when you make a custom game engine, you get to develop the engine for more about what you're going to do. And new topics give you, like, you know, aliens, romance, whatever. You get other things like sports, war, law, what have you. Let's, for the sake of argument, though, let's research a new topic. Oh gosh, are these the ones we have to choose from? Well, we can make a game dev game in a game dev game. Yo, dog, I heard you like game dev games in your game dev games, so I put a game dev game in your game dev game. Let's go with martial arts. One of the earlier, I don't even know where what my RP is. I think it's that, but yes. Has achieved a company sales record with over 10K units sold. This is an important milestone in the history of Button Mashers. First game does really freaking good. Getting a lot of cash. Definitely have the ability to, you know, do a lot with our next game that we, it gives us that springboard. Again, most people don't get the chance to do that well with the first game. Because that first game is usually a flop. Now, aliens in action, we already learned is a good mix. So I could make another Attack of the Changelings. I could make Attack of the Changelings 2. However, I don't have anything to improve the game at this moment. I don't have a custom game engine. So until I get a custom game engine, I'm not really going to be able to improve it anymore. Let's do a martial arts game. Obviously an action. So this is going to be more like a fighter. There is a fighting game right now that is in the works called Fighting is Magic. We are going to make it on the Commodore 64 and see how that plays out with us. Taking a bit of a leap, but we have 121K to work with. So, hell, I mean, why not? Definitely get that 2D graphics going. We got a bug right off the bat. Now, This is I don't know what this is. I didn't see that before. I believe this is to say that, you know, we don't know what's going to work good here until we get our sales report. So because we're combining martial arts and action, which we've never done before, we won't know what is important to this. But we do know that with the aliens and action game, engine was important. So we'll work with engine because this is going to be a fighting game. We'll improve the engine and keep the gameplay at mid. And again, stories and quests, not yet. That, if you know, it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy in a way, because those who know the history of Final Fantasy know that Square and the makers of Final Fantasy made Final Fantasy to say that you know, that was their that was going to be their final game. They thought that that would be it, and then, you know, they would, if that flopped, then they would be done with game developing, and if not, then they would continue on. We're gonna focus on level design because in any good fighting game, you want to be able to look at the scenery and say it's really good. Artificial intelligence, I'm gonna keep this mid because here's the thing. I know it's a fighting game. You know it's a fighting game. Game dev Tycoon may not know it's a fighting game. And besides, you kind of want a little good artificial intelligence in case the, you know, the characters want to, I mean the players, I'm sorry, the characters in the game that are the players, the consumers of your game. Does that make sense? If they want to play solo. Because when I was a kid, I didn't really have many people to play with. So whenever I rented a game, like a fighting game, I would usually play against the computer or my brother sometimes. Let's bring artificial intelligence down, though, because I'm not very typical. And let's bring dialogue up a little. But definitely focus on level design. That's absolutely what I want to focus on. We've got, obviously, graphics. Graphics. We want graphics all the way. World design, put that down a little bit, because world design didn't help us much before. But let's improve sound, right? Because in a fighting game, you're going to hear a lot of repetitive sounds, so you damn well better be sure that they at least sound good. Attack of the Changeling is now off the market. It sold 17,000 units and generating 122,000 in sales. I don't know. Does that mean that I will not get any more money from that game ever? Maybe. But still, that's a good amount of money. That's 2 Commodore 64 games basically for free without making any money back. So we made huge major bank. So it's possible during this next game we may or may not get even more money. New topic, new combo, got bonuses. So as we level these up, we are able to improve our overall game, right? Our overall game making ability. Haven't made anything with story requests or dialogues, so that's why those that experience is so low. While the other things like gameplay and graphics and level design are really high. That's fine. When you're making a game, it is kind of the thing that you're making a product for someone to buy. Sure, you can make your own. Here we go. Do I want a new topic? What kind of topics? Ooh. I could make a rhythm game, but I think we're a little too early for rhythm games, so. The first reviews of our newly released game, Fighting is Magic, come in. Oh, what did we get? What did we get? Could have been better. Oh. Shows potential. Okay, it's kind of lackluster. Maybe we'll learn with if we generate the report, what maybe we should have focused on. Martial arts and action is a great combination. Well, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't put martial arts and RPG in a combination. That just wouldn't work. So let's generate that game report. This is going to allow us to get extra points for research, as well as learn a little bit more about what makes good combination. Martial arts and action is a great combination. Oh, artificial intelligence seems to be very important for this type of game. So it didn't think of it as a fighting game. Aha! Gameplay seems to be quite important for this type of game. So we were right for gameplay. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that means we did not do very well with that. Huh. So we didn't learn. What I want to know is, how did the Commodore 64 handle it? Yeah, Attack of the Changelings 7.5, Fighting's Magic 5.5. Jeez, I don't know. We don't have enough for a custom game engine. Don't want to do that yet. We did get good money. And as far as ooh, how about we research a life topic? Recent market studies suggest that the Galvador G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector. Consumers prefer the lower price, greater availability, and the flexible hardware configuration over other home computers. So, this reminds me a lot of the game Plague Inc., where you make a disease to try to kill off the whole world. If you've never heard of that game before, it's not a game for psychopaths. It's just a very good game. So when you get these kind of industry news, it kind of tells you, like, hey, you know, this thing is doing really well. So the next game I make, experts say that this might spell the end of competing hardware manufacturers. In the real world, however, the Commodore 64 did not stay around, but the PC did. However, as we can see here, it's the numbers that's the only thing that matters. So we got 170 now, which means we made about 50K so far. Let's wait until we get all of our numbers in for that. How about that? Oh yeah, we're still researching that topic. Since we have very little experience in story, quest, and dialogue, why don't we make something that will focus on story, quest, and dialogue? And maybe we can use this new topic along with that. However, the G64 right now is doing very well, which means that we need to capitalize on it as much as we can. That being said, in order to capitalize it, see, look at that. We're only, how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 6 weeks in to the game release, and we've already got 60,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's do another action game. Let's see. We can do, you know what? Let's do Attack of the Changelings 2. Because that first game... Oh, wait. If we do Attack of the Changelings 2, we should keep it on PC, shouldn't we? I have an idea. It might be... It might be a bad idea to not capitalize on the G64, but we also want that experience. We want those experience points in story, quests, and dialogue. But we have that topic. We're always going to have that topic, right? All right. Action, martial arts, G64. Let's see. Now, Fighting is Magic was a fighting game, but Game Dev Tycoon didn't think about it as that. They thought of it as a it's like an action game, like running around, pow, 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 and punching. In that kind of game, the engine wasn't the important part. It was the gameplay. So let's make fighting is magicer. Yeah. No. Fighting is magicer. No. Just do what every game developer does too. Just put a 2 on there and freaking make it happen. 2D graphics, start development. And this time around, we are going to improve by upping that gameplay, going down on the engine. To try to balance that out. We want a little bit of the engine, but not too much. Gameplay, definitely much more important. So if we focus on the gameplay, and it seems like level designs did good for us, but we need that artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, I think, and level design should be pretty equal. Maybe even artificial intelligence should be more important than level design. What do you folks at home think? I don't know. But apparently they had complaints about our lack of artificial intelligence, which they said was really, really freaking important. So I think we want to make a good impression with Fighting is Magic 2. If it does really well, we'll leave on a high note with Fighting is Magic 2, and then work on a project that maybe we would rather. Let's try it. Let's try out what happens. There's a lot of great old NES games that I used to play. Oh, look at that. 18,000 units sold. And it generated 131,000. So it actually did more in sales than Attack of the Changelings, technically speaking. Which is pretty cool. And we got a higher market share out of that, which is what's important. Oh no, look at the bugs. Oh, look at the bugs. Okay, graphics we already know is more important. Let's just bring world design all the way down, since there's nothing to show that it has any importance. And keep sound. So that brings sound up in importance just by bringing world design down. We don't have any other, sounds or graphics to use at the moment. So we're pretty much stuck. Oh my gosh, look at all the bugs. It's gonna take us a while to get rid of those bugs. According to rumors, the Japanese company Ninvento is planning to launch its very own home gaming console. Ninvento is known for the widely successful arcade game Dinky King. Yes, definitely trying to avoid copyright, aren't we? It reminds me of a comic strip. What's it called? Insequential art, I think it's what it's called. Where like basically anything like World of Warcraft, Doritos, all received weird names to avoid the copyright of the trademarks. Many industry experts doubt that home gaming consoles will take off, but we are eager to see what Ninvento will deliver. We already know that it will. So the question is that will this actually replace as it did in real life, or is it kind of randomized because this is a game and randomization works better for the strategy? Oh, look at those bugs. We gotta get rid of those bugs. I know it's probably not smart to sit around and focus on the bugs, but we gotta level up in gameplay. That's super awesome important to me. Oh man, we definitely got that level up, but I don't know if we're gonna actually. We'll see. Oh, cross your fingers, everyone. Oh, fun at stages. No, what did we do wrong? Is it because we released? No, is it because we released a sequel right afterwards and it's basically the same? Oh no! their focus on gameplay served this game very well. Well, yeah, it should have. Man, alright. Latest game of Bunch has had reviewers scratching their heads rather than bringing a new. Oh no. No, oh man. Oh, I blew it. I blew it. I tried to capitalize. I shouldn't have. Was simply developed too soon after the previous game with not enough innovations in technology and design. Alright, this isn't the end of us as a company. We just made a bad mistake. Hi there, I've just finished fighting the Magic 2, and I think you have potential. I'm in contracting business, and we could use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know, and I will see if I have work for you. Jason. Oh, so, contracting work, for those of you who don't know, has to do with, from Patrick and Daniel Klug, Green Heart Games. Hi, Drummy. We are creators of Game. You're welcome, Patrick and Daniel Klug. Thank you, because now I have another video to put on my channel. So don't sue. Game Dev Tycoon is our very first game, and it means a lot to us that you're enjoying it. With your purchase, you support our little startup, and this will hopefully make sure we can bring you more games in the future. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, I'll tell you what. In the next episode, we're gonna turn things around. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get out there, and we're gonna hit the motherfucker. And we're not gonna make Fighting is Magic 3. No. And we're not gonna make Attack of the Changelings 2. We're gonna get back to the roots of trying new things, and seeing what works. Because we made a mistake of trying to make the same game again. But I think we can make it better. Until next time, leave a like or comment below, and subscribe to watch more of our videos when they come out. And as always, good night, every pony.